Welcome back to Dechamp's Ransom Reviews. I'm Mark Dechamp Deschamps, and I'm here today talking about Silent Hill, which has had some pretty cool announcements in the last few days. So to start with, Konami has announced that they have more to come with Silent Hill than has already been announced. The company is being vague with its phrasing, so we don't know if that necessarily means more games or if it means anything else. It could be more movies, it could be more animation projects. Regardless, Silent Hill fans have a lot to be excited about. On top of that, the Silent Hill 2 remake was finally released on Xbox platforms, and right now it's 50% off its normal price. So, finally, after a year of PlayStation exclusivity, fans on Xbox can see what the big deal is. And it is a big deal. Over the last year, Silent Hill went from basically a dead franchise to having not one, but two acclaimed games that really pleased both the fan base and a lot of newcomers, which is pretty exciting. Um, Konami has two projects that we know about in the works in terms of Silent Hill games. We have Silent Hill Townfall, which was announced a few years ago. And on top of that, we have a remake of the original Silent Hill game. That was announced back in June by Konami and Bloober Team. Bloober Team is the indie developer that worked on the Silent Hill 2 remake. A lot of people were very nervous when Bloober Team was announced as the developer behind Silent Hill 2 because Silent Hill 2 has long been considered one of the greatest horror games of all time. So Konami giving this game to kind of an unproven studio was a big shock to a lot of people. But Bloober Team pulled it off. The game came out. It was really, well regarded. It was critically acclaimed. It sold incredibly well. So it totally made sense to give them another remake to develop. At this point, we don't know how far it's going to be before that game comes out. I would guess we won't see it until 2027 at the very earliest. However, it's entirely possible that we could see Silent Hill Townfall in 2026. Um, it's kind of remarkable to think that at this point, Silent Hill could end up becoming like a yearly franchise for Konami after more than a decade without any games at all whatsoever to speak of. But if the company can keep the quality up, then I don't think anybody's going to complain. Right now, we're at a point in the video game industry where it's taking entirely too long for new games to be released in series. We see, 5, 6, 7 years sometimes between new games, and it's really sapping a lot of interest for a lot of fans. One example of a franchise that fans have been waiting for a new game in is The Witcher. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt came out back in 2015, and right now we know that CD Projekt Red is working on a sequel, but we won't be seeing it until 2027 at the very earliest. Fallout's another great one. The Fallout TV series came out on Amazon, and Microsoft and Bethesda were totally unprepared for the demand that there would be for new Fallout content. It got to the point that newcomers to the show started playing Fallout 4, a game that came out in 2015, because they were so hungry to play a Fallout video game. So this is an industry-wide problem where we have sequels that are taking too long, and we have development times that ensure that even if something is a big success, publishers can't jump on it quick enough to get people the kind of content that they're craving. We've seen it with Grand Theft Auto where it's been, a lot longer, and fans are getting, increasingly impatient waiting for GTA 6. So when developers and publishers can figure out a way to get these games out and into hands quicker, it's a great thing. I don't know what kind of patience there's going to be for, Silent Hill becoming a yearly franchise, if that's what we end up seeing. But if the quality remains high, I don't see why it couldn't. As long as we don't see, people get bitter about it or the quality takes a steep drop. It plays off the fact that horror as a genre is really having a renaissance right now. We're seeing it, in movie theaters, we're seeing it on streaming. It makes total sense to see that happen with video games. And Silent Hill was positioned as kind of a perfect franchise to capitalize on that. It's a name series, um, probably second only to Resident Evil in terms of, knowledge, to the general public. So I think it totally makes sense. And I'm excited to see what this means for the future. Just 5 years ago, it was looking like Konami was all but done with the video game industry in general. Konami has their hands in a lot of different businesses, and it kind of made sense that Konami was looking at the state of AAA gaming and the costs associated with AAA gaming and backing off. And I don't think they're alone in that. The industry in general is at a really interesting point where costs on development are just not sustainable, and everybody kind of needs to figure out ways to A, make games cheaper, and B, get them out in a more timely fashion. Konami has clearly found some partners that it trusts with the Silent Hill franchise. They're clearly overseeing these developers and making sure that the quality is up to a standard that fans of the franchise want. And that's really what I think so many other companies need to do. Um, we kind of have seen this with Nintendo with the Zelda franchise. We're still, waiting a long time between mainline Zelda games. Um, it's probably going to be a long time before we see a sequel to Tears of the Kingdom or like the next real AAA mainline Zelda. But Nintendo has, teams working on 2D Zelda games. It's working with Koei Tecmo on the Warriors, the Hyrule Warriors spin-off franchise. That's a great way to keep fans still enjoying something while they wait for the bigger games. Konami's figured it out where a lot of other companies haven't, and it's impressive to see. I'm kind of a novice to the Silent Hill franchise, but I think it's really exciting, and I hope that we'll not only see Konami do more with it, but other publishers do that. Konami does have a lot of other franchises that could benefit from this approach. Fans have been begging to see something done with Castlevania for a very long time now. And it seems like we're finally just finding out what's going to happen with Metal Gear. We got a Metal Gear remake this year. But beyond that, will we get like a full brand new Solid Snake adventure? I don't know. But hopefully, this publisher has figured things out because Konami's got so many great franchises. Some of, I personally think, the best in all of gaming. So hopefully this is a good omen of things to come. Um, I'm curious to hear what you think about it. Are you a diehard Silent Hill fan? Do you like the direction that the series is going in? Do you think that do you think that we're gonna get Townfall next year? Do you think that we're gonna get something in 2027 or 2028? Do you think that Silent Hill can sustain itself as a yearly franchise? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video and if you enjoy hearing about video games and horror and all kinds of stuff, please think about subscribing to my channel. It's brand new. We're just getting started, but we're going to have a lot more to come. So thank you so much for watching.